Hey everyone, this week's podcast. It's just me this week. Jennifer is away and she wanted me to do a solo podcast this week. I was thinking, what am I going to talk about this week? Because we usually collaborate on topics. And then it came to me this week, I want to talk about synergy. You see, synergy is one of my favorite things to talk about because there are a lot of people out there that have tried to improve their health and they failed or they didn't get the outcomes that they were hoping for. But a lot of times, these people who fail or they don't get the exact outcomes they're looking for, they might have only tried one thing at a time. For example, they might have tried a new eating style, and that's the only thing that they did differently. And this can go a long way depending on how you choose to eat. But if you're trying to improve your health, especially the health of your cardiovascular system, it works a lot better when you use different modalities and use them together at the same time. This is how you produce synergy. So I'm going to talk about why I teach the things that I teach to my clients, and look, it works really well over the years. I've seen this help my clients and help other people. There is a there's still this idea with a lot of people. And I think this idea comes from the medical system. They have us believing that, for example, our blood pressure is high. So all we need to do is we need to take a blood pressure drug to bring the blood pressure down. And when the blood pressure comes down because of the blood pressure drug, they say, we're fine now, we're good. That's all we needed to do. Unfortunately, this is a fallacy because the underlying cause of your high blood pressure, all the blood pressure drug does is artificially lower the blood pressure. But the problem causing the blood pressure to go up is not addressed. It's still an underlying issue. But now that you've taken a pill and your blood pressure has come down some, neither you nor the doctor will usually go any farther to try to figure out why your blood pressure is too high. So I see people do the same thing with herbs. And don't get me wrong, I love herbs. Herbs are amazing. Herbs do address root causes. They do have a gentler effect on the body. They don't have the side effects and the dangers of pharmaceutical drugs. But I've seen people that they have some kind of ailment they're trying to heal, and they only focus on an herb or maybe two herbs. And if it doesn't give them the desired effect, they'll say, "Well, herbs don't work," or something to that, manner. And so this is what I want to talk about today. If you truly have a burning desire to get healthy, for instance, maybe you used to be healthy when you were younger and you missed the days when you felt good, you felt strong, you had energy, you could work all day and party all night, so to speak. Maybe you used to be that way, but now you're a little older and you don't feel that way anymore. And you think, well, I guess this is how life is. This is how it's going to be. Now, I'm not saying that you can rewind time back to when you were 20 years old, but they also try to tell us that as you get older, it's just inevitable. There is an inevitable decline. You're going to lose strength. You're going to lose energy. Your body's going to break down. You're going to get sick. And while I'm not denying that there are some changes in the body with age, through my experience and through a lot of research now that's coming out, it seems like every week they're finding that wait a minute, maybe we were wrong about aging because there are people we're studying. Look, This woman, I saw a study on a woman, she was in her 90s, and she was a runner. And she had been running for decades, and she never stopped running. In fact, she is still running as I speak today. She's running in races. And so they have tested her, and they have found that her biological age, the way her cells look, the way her internal organ function is, is someone much, much younger, like someone in the maybe their 50s, and this woman is in her 90s. Most people never make it to 90. And the ones who do, they usually need some kind of daily assistance to keep living. And I don't blame people for thinking this is the way it must be, because most people do end up, when they get older, they end up weaker and sicker, and they need more help. And we just say, well, that's how it is when you get old. But you can slow aging down through effort. They're showing now, and this is why I combine my three main pillars, so to speak. My three main pillars are plant-based nutrition, strength training, and herbal medicine. Because these three modalities, these three things, give you the most bang for your buck. Recent research is showing strength training can actually slow down aging at the DNA level. When your muscles are stronger, your body sends a signal to your cells that you're actually younger than your biological age. This is a thing now. They're showing people who have stronger grip strength are much less likely to die than people that are weaker in the grip strength. And we're talking about people of all ages, but I'm also today, focus on people that are 50 and over. Because a lot of people think when they're 50 and over, life's over, right? I know, but the 50s are still young now. But some people in their mind, they think they're old even when they're 50. But if you look around you, things are starting to change. And not only what I'm teaching today, I'm teaching strength training. A lifetime of strength training can go a long way to keep you younger. It can keep you independent into your old age. And a lot of people seem to be intimidated by strength training because there's a lot of different styles of strength training, and a lot of people look at the bodybuilders and things like that. I'm not talking about being a bodybuilder unless you want to be, but bodybuilding, a lot of performance enhancing drugs have become part of bodybuilding, and that's not what I'm talking about here, because performance enhancing drugs does not enhance your physical health. It actually decreases your longevity. And what I teach, my main focus with clients is longevity and health span. Health span means how long you can live in good health. The years that you are free to do whatever you please with your life, to travel, to work, to take care of your children, your grandchildren, all these things. My main priority is to take people that think they are broken and to help them rebuild themselves. And you hear the word help. I'm a coach and educator, but you have to do the work. I cannot make anybody do the work, nor would I want to make anybody do the work. I work with people who are ready in their mind. They've met their mind. You know what? I'm going to try this thing. I'm sick of feeling sick and tired. I'm going to see if I can improve my health. But I want to find somebody to help me. And then you come to somebody like me or Jennifer or somebody else. So the first pillar that I teach is strength training. Not only does it slow down aging, it actually builds bone mass. Yes, women can actually reverse osteoporosis. They can increase their bone density through strength training. It increases your independence. It increases your odds of living independent throughout your whole lifespan. It increases your health span, what we talked about just a minute ago. It decreases your risk of injuries. It makes you faster. It gives you more endurance. If you have pain in your back or arthritic joints, Done properly, strength training can help lessen the pain in these areas. It also helps protect the joints from further damage because, for example, say you have knee arthritis and your legs are weak. If you strengthen the leg muscles, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the calves, the glutes, this will protect your knee from further damage because these muscles protect the joint from shocks when you're walking or running or walking downstairs. It's kind of like it protects the knee joint. That's what the one of the reasons the muscles there is to protect the joints. Stronger muscles and ligaments and tendons help protect the joints. And if your joints are arthritic, yes, you can strengthen your legs even if your knees hurt. If done properly, you can actually improve your knee health by doing leg strengthening exercises. You will have to work with somebody that's knowledgeable that can help you do these exercises safely and without a lot of pain and strain. And done on a regular basis, you'll be shocked how much stronger you will get and how much better your knees will feel. Same goes for your back. People that have back pain, bad backs, they think the doctor may tell them, or you may think that, well, lifting is out of the question because it's bad for your back. But the good news is lifting properly can help fix a bad back. You strengthen the muscles around the spine or the arthritis in your spine, whatever's going on back there. It helps support the spine and it helps reduce the pain. Strength training also reduces chronic inflammation in the body. I know you have heard me and Jennifer talk about this a lot on the channel, on the podcast. There are linking low-grade chronic inflammation to most of our modern day diseases. Well, a regular routine of strength training has been shown to reduce inflammation. Let's move on to the second pillar, plant-based nutrition. It's not a fad, no matter what you've heard. Plant-based nutrition is not a fad. It is the optimal human diet. When you eat in this manner, you're going to reduce chronic inflammation in the body yet again. You see how the synergy is starting to work. Synergy, strength training combined with plant-based dieting, they both decrease inflammation, which is going to make you feel so much better. Your joints and your back are going to feel so much better. You're going to move better. You're going to feel younger. You're going to have more energy. Your blood pressure is going to go down. Your cholesterol is going to go down. Your CRP is going to go down. CRP is a measure of how inflamed you are. Doctors measure this to, try to figure out how likely you are to have a heart attack. Well, plant-based nutrition has been shown to greatly reduce inflammation in the body and greatly reduce your CRP levels. In fact, they have shown that a lot of plant-based eaters have a low white blood cell count and has been linked to lower inflammation in the body. It lowers inflammation to such a high degree that it's even shown in your white blood cell count. And this is something that a lot of people aren't aware of, even doctors. Doctors aren't well versed on plant-based nutrition as a majority yet. I think that's going to change in the coming years. But I don't know about you. I don't think a lot of us have a time to wait for a doctor to tell us about these things. We want to know now because, we're getting older now, we're aging now. We want to live better. We want to live healthier now. So we want to have the knowledge of the best modalities that we have at our fingertips today. And how cheap is it to go lift some weights, do some body weight exercise, and to eat fruits and vegetables and whole grains? Now, I know food prices are going up, but the plant-based diet is still a cheaper option. And I don't want to turn anybody off to the plant-based eating. If you think in your mind there's no way you could go 100% plant-based, so you won't try it all, I say hold on a second. How about try 90%? How about try 85%? Even if you do it that way, you're going to be so much better off than somebody who's still eating the sad American diet or some kind of a keto diet. The keto diet's been shown to have all these ill health effects. The human body has to have fiber. Fiber helps keeps our guts healthy. And this is another reason why plant-based nutrition works along with strength training. Because remember, synergy again, both modalities, strength training and plant-based dieting, have been shown to improve the health of your gut. And your gut is the command center of your health. A healthy gut is going to help your body stay healthy. An unhealthy gut has been linked again to one of the causative factors of a lot of our modern day diseases, like heart disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, type 2 diabetes. Even type 1 diabetes have been tied to dairy when kids are young because they have some kind of allergic reaction to dairy. I don't recommend eating dairy to anyone. I recommend dropping dairy. It's not a human food. It's a food made for cows. When humans start to consume dairy, we have ill health effects because it's not a species specific food. And in today's world, giving up dairy is easy. There's so many other dairy alternatives. So now we have plant-based diet. Other benefits of this diet has been shown to reduce the risk of developing heart disease, reversing heart disease. Look up Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, look up Dr. Joel Fuhrman, Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. John McDougall. Look at their research. Look at what they've done in their careers with plant-based nutrition as in regards to heart health. The plant-based nutrition also reduces your risk of developing autoimmune disease. It's definitely going to lower your cholesterol and your blood pressure. It's going to improve your bowel movements. We talk about bowel movements a lot because a healthy person has healthy bowel movements. It's as simple as that. You need to have 1 to 3 bowel movements every day. This is the way the body detoxes. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so we have synergy between strength training and plant-based nutrition. My last and number 3 pillar. These are my main pillars. I have other things I teach, but these are my big heavy hitters. Third pillar is herbal medicine. Customized herbal medicine. For example, say your blood pressure is too high, you want to bring it down. We will look at herbs for blood pressure. This is our third pillar. This is in conjunction with strength training and plant-based nutrition. So if our blood pressure is too high, we're going to look into herbs like cayenne pepper, like garlic, ginger, hawthorn berry. Say you're constipated and you want to have better bowel movements, we're going to look at herbs like Cascara sagrada, aloe, senna, herbs like that make you go to the bathroom. And herbal laxatives are not habit forming like chemical laxatives. Dr. Christopher's herbal lower bowel formula was actually designed to strengthen your colon muscles, the muscles that contract to push the, you know, fecal matter out of the body. This formula was designed to strengthen those muscles. He said to take it for about a year and then get off of the formula because by then the muscles in your bowel have been strengthened and they have been restored. And as long as you are eating a high fiber plant-based diet, drinking plenty of water, and getting your sleep and exercise, your bowel movement should be corrected by a year, and you can go on your own. You might not need a whole year. It just depends on how far you're willing to go with this. And you'll find that everybody needs herbs. I mean, herbs are really, really great, but if you put the first 2 pillars into action, strength training and plant-based nutrition, that may give you the goals that you're looking for. It may help you achieve the goals you're looking for, whether it be weight loss, heart disease prevention, helping to reverse heart disease. Also, recommend cardiovascular work as well, walking, cycling, those things, in conjunction with strength training, obviously. And so that's my 3 pillars, and why I teach these 3 pillars because they work in synergy together. And I have seen some amazing transformations with some of my clients because the human body, always remember the human body is a self-healing machine. You just have to get out of its way. You have to stop doing the things that are making you sick and start doing the things that are going to make you healthy. So if you know where to start on designing a program like this for yourself, I am an online coach as well as an in-person coach. I am a hybrid coach. I like working both ways because I like to meet people where they're at. Some people don't want to come to the gym, they don't want to meet in person. So we talk online. Some people thrive on human interaction, so we work together in that case. Synergy is real. And so if you're trying, you've tried before, you're only doing one thing and it didn't work, I'm saying combine these things together. Strength training, plant-based nutrition, herbs. Give that a shot. And do some cardio. Give that a shot. Okay. And I think your outcome's going to be different. And some people, they may need detoxification. They may be that far, they may need to detox some, but that's a different topic and a different podcast that we can do. But for the majority of people I have worked with, they haven't had to do detox if they do the other things, because the other things are going to have to be detox too. If you never worked out and you start working out, you're going to be sweating. That's going to have a detox. If you've never eaten plant-based and you start eating plant-based, your fiber is going to go through the roof. Now your bowel movements are going to start coming like they're supposed to, which is one of the biggest challenges of detoxification are bowel movements. And the skin. The skin is a huge detoxification organ. So when we work out and sweat, guess what you're doing? You're detoxing. So then we're doing those two things. And then when we look at herbs that can, help you go to the bathroom, they're going to help you detox more. So really the lifestyle I teach is a lifestyle detoxification, and you don't even know you're doing it. So that's what I want to touch on today. I want to touch on synergy and people that have lost hope out there. They think they tried everything, but you really haven't. You really haven't. And the last thing I want to say is it takes time, effort, belief, and consistency. Anything worth doing takes time and it takes consistency. Doing it over and over again, week after week after week, until you get the results you want to get. You can't give up on yourself. The body heals itself, but it takes time. Don't look at this as a one-time deal, like you've been living on the couch for years, eating Doritos. You're going to try to fix this through a week or two of a better lifestyle. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as a total lifestyle shift. You're going to go from the couch potato to the healthy person. You're going to stay on this path. It is a marathon, it is not a sprint. It is a marathon. A healthy life is a marathon. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. We will be back next week, Jennifer and I. I hope everybody has a great week. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.